Welcome, Annie Collins here for Rosie Studio. Today I'm going to create this floral card. Let's go over the products I used to create this card. I'm going to use the Bayfair collection, the 6x6 paper pad, and it has beautiful designer papers. There are 40 sheets, 20 designs, and 6 are foiled. And we're going to also use the Cardstock stickers pack, and I'm going to use this sentiment right here, the florals, one of the floral clusters, and some of the hearts. From the pattern paper, I pulled out this floral here, and it has this little tiny stitch. I don't think my camera's picking it up. Little plaid design in the background. So it's very multi-layered, which is beautiful. And then I'm going to use one of the foiled papers, this geometric foil. So let's jump right into making our card. I went ahead and cut a lot of my pieces ahead of time just to save us some time. This is the floral cluster I'm going to use with that sentiment and some of the hearts from the sticker pack. This card will come together pretty quickly, and that's what I love about Rosie Studios. They have a lot of items that can make quick and easy cards or scrapbook layouts. Because a lot of the pattern paper comes in both 12x12 and 6x6. Alright, so there are 2 sheets of stickers in that pack. I'm going to pull out the one I'm going to use, which is this one with the floral cluster, which I'm just going to gently peel off right here. And the sentiment I'll peel off as well. I'm going to set them to the side because I'm going to use my anti-static powder on it so that I can use some foam adhesive to pop those elements up on my card just for a little dimension. Those are the hearts, but I won't be pulling those off just yet. So here's our sentiment. The sentiment reads, "Let gratitude fill your heart," which is a beautiful sentiment, and it's foiled. Not all of the sentiments in the sticker pack are foiled, but you have quite a few that are. So here are the pieces I have. I have 2 of these cut out of blue cardstock. I have this banner cut out of foil cardstock, gold foil cardstock, and then this banner cut out of the floral. I have some green sprigs here that I used a die cut from my stash, and here's that geometric foiled paper, which is beautiful. Some blue cardstock, layering cardstock, and a card panel. I'm going to create the card front panel, and I'll adhere it to my card after off screen. I just wanted to do this quickly, and the reason why I'm adhering this cardstock onto this card panel is to give it a little more body. This cardstock is from my stash. It's old. It's older, and it's not the best quality. It's low quality and it's not real thick, so it buckles really easily. So if I glue it onto something heavy, it keeps its form better. So here I am layering the foiled paper, and it's so pretty. It's this geometric with gold foil on it. I have it all centered on there, and then the rest of the components will nicely just layer on one on top of another. I'm going to start with these 2 blue, which are cut from the same blue cardstock as the layering. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere them towards the top center. Just trying to even out my panel here. So I'll adhere one, and then I'll just try to straighten that up. I should have pulled out my little ruler, my 6-inch ruler here, to make sure it's straight. But with the layering, it works out. So once I have them where I want them, I'll just press them down, make sure everybody's even. Next, I'll adhere the floral banner, and I cut these strips out of some dies from my stash. They're just banner dies that you would normally put your sentiment on, but this works beautifully with just this to create little layers. So now I put my floral, giving just enough of the blue to show, to anchor everything. I'm going to start decide where I'm going to tuck these little sprigs. And the reason why I did that is just to pull a little more of that floral type design out. There's plenty of green in the little floral paper and in the cluster that we're going to use. And it also fills in some of that space. And I cut this from also not so great, or I should say thinner cardstock. I have a lot of that, which is great for layering or for cutting little small die cuts out of. So I'm using some Burley Art glue to adhere these little sprigs. One I tucked under the floral paper, and one I'm laying just on top. And that's fine because our gold banner will go next on top of that. So that'll cover up the little edge or bottom edge of that. So I'm gonna get that on there just straight, press that into place as soon as I get it where I want it. So I'm gonna set this aside for a moment, and I'm gonna bring in my anti-static powder tool. And I'm gonna powder up the back of my sticker. I know it's a sticker when I'm removing the sticky, but that's because I'm gonna put foam adhesive behind it just to give it a little height. So this is a good way to do it. If you don't remove the sticky, what happens is wherever the foam wherever there is no foam, will stick to your card or your layout. So then it becomes wonky. But if you put your anti-static powder on it, then you can put your foam adhesive on it and then pop it up, and it'll hold its shape. And being that they're cardstock stickers, they hold up beautifully. So I'm checking to make sure it is not sticky anymore. Once it is, I set it to the side, and I do the same thing to our sentiment. I realize I need just a little more powder, so I'm just going to keep doing this until I make sure. I probably should have dipped it once again, wiping off any excess from the front. And now it's not sticky anymore. So now I can go ahead and start adding our foam adhesive to this. So I'm going to grab that really quick, and then we can start layering those elements onto our card panel. I'm just cutting off the little strips here. I have a big strip of foam, and I'm just cutting it up. And sorry I'm not on screen, but to cut I have to pull things closer to me. Not the greatest vision, and so I do that and it comes off screen. If I do it on screen, then you have my head in the way. I don't think you want to look at the back of my head. So here I am just putting the few pieces that I need on the back of this, and it's held up. I've put other things on top of this card, and wherever I didn't put foam adhesive, the cardstock sticker has held up. It hasn't bent. So that's really good quality that Rosie Studios is providing here. Okay, I have figuring out where I want it. I know I want to put my sentiment on top, just overlapping the gold. So now I know where I want it. Remove the backing of the foam adhesive so that I can adhere our floral to the card. Just going to tuck it right there. And this adds just enough dimension, because we don't want a lot of dimension, so it can go through the mail no problem, but just enough. We're going to do the same thing to our sentiment right here, and we're going to put the foam adhesive, make sure that's where I want it, remove the backing and place it right there. I want just enough of the gold to show through, because there's plenty of gold foiling throughout this collection, and it's a beautiful collection. So once I remove the backing, oh nope, I'm still trying to get my adhesive on it. I was trimming it, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. And yep, I got it on crooked. So I have to remove it gently and just reattach it. It stuck to my finger rather than going down smoothly. All right, so now I can go ahead and place my sentiment on here, tucking just into the florals. I'm going to lift it up a little bit to make sure I'm straight and not crooked. Once I have it, I'll press it down firmly. And now we can get our sticker set again, and so we can add our little hearts. I'm going to add the hearts throughout the cluster here. I'm going to try to form a nice little triangle area so that we can have them throughout. I pulled out my tweezers so that my oils that are on my hands don't go on the back of the sticker, and it stays on nice and firm. So I put one here onto the little blue tab that's sticking out, one towards the bottom near the sentiment, and then I'm going to put one towards the top of the cluster. I just have to decide which end I want it, more to the right or more to the left, between the green sprig and the floral cluster. And I decided this is where it fits nice. And there we are, our card is complete. I'll just adhere this panel straight to my card base off screen, but it's really quick, easy, cut a bunch of layers, and I still have plenty of that beautiful floral to create another card. So again, let's go over the products I used. I used from the Bayfair collection from Rosie Studios, the cardstock stickers, and I used them because they have beautiful floral clusters in here, some hearts, and the beautiful foiled sentiment, and the 6x6 designer paper. I will have everything linked in the description box below for you so that you can go over to Rosie Studios and look at all the beautiful collections that they do have there. They have several, some fall ones, some beautiful Christmas ones. So there's plenty for you to choose from. Again, I'll have everything linked in the description box for you. Thank you for being here, and I hope you found some inspiration.